right. We be already first game for the spring for me. I'll have today and tomorrow. Today, checking out with the top two early preseason predictions as far as winning a championship. LG obviously won last year. Samsung had lots of troubles with their some of their actually. Just a sec, I gotta check something. Samsung had lots and lots of troubles with their bullpen last year. They were able to fix it in the second half. That second half resurgence was basically because they were able to fix their bullpen. So they did add a huge bat in Shea Hyung-woo, the number one DH last year. So seeing how he will be playing some left field. He's playing left field today. They've had him out there. It's been about as well as you'd expect from a DH moving back into the field. But they'll have him play some there where Gujauk DHs, I'm sure. Where Kang Min Ho is DHing, they'll have some changes there. But for the most part, they will have the same foreign staff. LG, again, it keeps the main foreign staff. They did obviously lose Kim Hyun-soo in the offseason to KT, but his replacement, EJ Won, is a better defender. A young guy just finished his military duty. So they're hoping he can pick things up. But the first pitch is underway, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Parado on the mound, fresh off of his WBC appearance. Park Min did do some pinch running and some defense. And that's another strike at the bottom of the zone. There is no box on the screen right now, so I'm not exactly entirely sure where things are in the zone. I'm just kind of guessing based on the angle. And as we already have an issue. As the pitch comm is broken. Looks like the pitch comm for Hirado is actually broken. Maybe not the pitch comm, but the piece that's attaches it to his glove seems to be broken. Rado trying to get the back of the double-sided tape off, it looks like. Not the best people to be able to do that, just because for pitchers don't have nails, because their nails would just get kind of ripped off. But looks like he might have it affixed now. On that pitch, it just flew off the side. As he's put it on his waist now instead of on his glove. But here we go. All right, to the 0-2 pitch to Park Min, and just misses low. Ball 1-2. So Samsung had Gujauk, and they also had, I think that was it. Gujauk for the national. Oh, Kim Young-un also for the national team. LG had a ton of guys for the national team. So they've just recently become full strength or a full-on team. And the 2-2 pitch, that is going to be turned on, lifted, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a goodbye baseball as LG takes the early lead on the solo shot by Park Min into right center. Samsung fans saying no big deal, it's just the spring, and LG fans saying, yep, we're still here. right, so a quick 1-0 lead for LG is the Shinmin J slaps that one, but it will get foul as Che Hung-woo gives it chase, but he does not look agile in left field, ladies and gentlemen. He does not look agile at all. That one misses up, and it's 1-1. Mean, the captain this year. And the 1-1 pitch catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. And it's tough. They do have the ABS system, so it is nice to see that back after witnessing the monstrosity that was the WBC strike zones. The 1-2 up high, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch and misses inside. We've run and count our full counts, our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody cheer for a full baseball game. Shinmin J had a fantastic year last year. Actually won the Gold Glove over at second base. Again, the Gold Glove in Korea is not a defensive award, as that's slapped back up the middle. Kim Jae-hyun tries to scoop it, but picks his glove up before the baseball's in it. And just like that, another hits. And LG's got their second guy on base. In a Mean with a solo shot after falling behind 0-2. And here you've got Shinmin J putting a single up the middle, and it's a runner on first and nobody out for Hirado or Samsung, and they've already got 12 pitches coming up. EJ Wan will step in again. He did not play last year, as that's just misses outside. He did not play in the KBO last year. Again, he finishes military duty at 329 with 26 home runs last year in the Futures League. That's just catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-1. And he is picked to take over for Kim Hyun-soo, who left in free agency to head to KT after his ridiculous performance in the Korean series. And the 1-1 pitch in the dirt, but Kang Min-ho is able to block it, and it's 2-1 now. Hirado got some time in the WBC for Panama. And here we go. The 2-1 pitch misses low. Shinmin J goes, and he is out. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, LG has continued to do exactly what every LG fan hates, and that is trying to steal bases constantly. With a fantastic throw, not a great to as throwing guys out as EJ Wan lifts that one to right field. Kim Sung-yoon under it, and that's 2 away now. That brings up Austin. Austin, ding, 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 ding. Back for his fourth season in the KBO, ladies and gentlemen. Not often that you see guys spend this much time in the KBO. His fourth season. Seems to enjoy it. There was questions about whether he would come back last year after having a fantastic season, whether he'd go to Japan. Last year dealt with some injuries, missed quite a bit of time, but still coming back as LG kept all of their foreigners. Their fourth foreigner, again this year going with the Asian quota system. A guy that the league is familiar with, actually, is that's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Brought in Lachlan Wells. I thought he might get the start today, but I think he might actually get the start tomorrow. Brought him in from Australia as Austin fouls that one away, 1-2. Lachlan Wells pitched for Kium last year. Pitched well. Kium actually offered him a contract. He was a 6-week replacement for Rosenberg, who ended up, I believe, having Tommy John surgery or shoulder surgery. One of the two that kept him out for the rest of the season. As Austin looks at the 1-2 pitch, fouls that to straight back, stays 1-2. Lachlan Wells pitched well for Kium. Kium offered him a job, but he said, no thanks. I came out, I did what I needed to do. Smart move by that man to avoid that organization. He was able to sign on with LG in the offseason with the new Asia quota system. Another foul by Austin Dean. 21 pitches now for Rado. And the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the day for Gerardo. But not before he gives up a solo shot to Paquemin to lead off the game. We go to the bottom of thy first. It's 1-0 Samson. 2 hits, 1 home run. Leading off Samsung's ridiculous offense. Again, their offense is super, super scary. I mean, until you get to the very, very bottom of the lineup, the H9 guys, you really get no break at all. No break at all, especially when they are playing in Daegu like they are today. So that's the big thing with Samsung is their home and away splits are so big because of that stadium. In a big, huge home run by Pac. I mean, that would have been a home run anywhere. But the left center, right center, anytime I talk about a Daegu game or I talk about a Samsung game, I will have to bring this up because it is such a huge thing where the left center and right center is by far and away the smallest area in the KBO. And that leads to a lot of those inflated home run totals for a lot of the Samsung players. And if you don't have a ground ball pitcher pitching in the game against the Samsung in Daegu, then you often really run into an issue. So, but Tolhurst on the mound. The last time we saw Tolhurst, he was dominating Hanwha in the Korean series. Both games, he dominated that he started. And both of them were wins for the old LG Twins. All right, here we go. EJ Hyun, the right-handed hitting shortstop. And that misses up high, ball 1. EJ Hyun does have one of the best songs in the league. I can't play them because Samsung copyrights all of their cheer songs. Yeah, another 1-0 pitch. Right down the middle, and it's a 1-1. Plenty of power, 16 home runs last year, 254, 116 hits, a 67 RBI. And the 1-1 pitch breaks outside, ball 2. Tolhurst mainly throws his two-seam, or sorry, his four-seam, 150 kilometers an hour, 42.5% of the time. Off of that, he throws a cutter. That's a swing and a miss there, 139. So a cutter, 21.6% of the time. He's going to throw that 138. Then he has a fork ball. But important to remember that in the KBO, a fork ball and a splitter are the exact same. They don't differentiate between the two. As that one drops out of the bottom of the zone, but swing and fouls it away. Keeps it at 2-2. Then he also throws a curveball at 10.8% of the time at 122. So bit of a slow curve. Surprisingly, no changeup. And a 2-2 just catches the bottom of the zone as he stares at it. And that's one away on the first strikeout of the day for Solhurst. I like this setup. And that is ripped, but it's foul from Kim Sung Yoon. And it's on one. Da-da-da-da-da. Another one in there, and it's 0-2. Looks like a lot of fans showed up to the game. The entire cheer section is sold out. Lots of fans throughout the ballpark. And he rolls over that one right back to Tolhurst. Underhand toss to his boy, Austin Dean, and that's two away. Quick 9 pitches for 2 outs. Brings up a Guto DH in today. Not playing out in the field. Wonder how much he DHs. He struggled a ton of injuries last year. And way up high. Looks like he struggled with his footing a little there as he starts kicking around on the dirt. Pitch misses outside at 2. I know. And big predictions for the upcoming season. LG, Samsung, depending on who you talk to, they often switch back and forth. That's in there for strike, and it's 2-1. You have again LG won in 2023, and then again in 2025. 2024, they really struggled with pitching. Ended up replacing their entire foreign pitching staff as that one misses outside, 3-1, because of how Hernandez did in the postseason for LG. They surprisingly re-signed him last year, and he was not good. He was one of the 3 signings that I could not understand why teams would re-sign them, because that does break in there for the strike. Runs the count to 3-2. We got ourselves another full count, ladies and gentlemen. But because of that, they ended up having replacements in the middle of the season. Cohen Wynn, who he pitches for Australia, didn't particularly pitch well, as that's a swing and a miss as it goes right past him. And a second strikeout for Tolhurst. He picks up right where we saw him last with another strikeout. So we'll go to the second inning. It's 1-0, not NC, LG. I don't know why it says that. Fix that. There we go. See if that helps. There we go. I know it helps. elsewhere around the league, Hanwha up to a quick 2-0 start as their foreign Lote's foreign arm Rodriguez gives up the 3 hits and a walk as Hanwha ends up loading the bases at the beginning of the game. No Shiwan with a 2 RBI single, and then which one? Again, a lot of people, yes, last year very surprised by Hanwha. Again, there's no one that's picked them to do as well as they did. How will they do without the regular without Cody Ponce and Ryan Weiss is really the biggest question. So Harado 22 pitches in that first inning. It looks like it's a kind of nice down in Daegu. Again, Daegu, one of the hottest cities in the KBO, is as that is rolled over. Third baseman picks it up on the grass, throws over, and one pitch, 1 out for Mr. Full Swing. Pak Dong-won. What's up, Harry? Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by for the very meaningless spring training game. All right, OG Wan steps in. 253 last year, pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointing in season for him. As again, most people consider him on the way. Obviously, he will forever be a Twin. As that one is smoked into center field, but Kim Ji-chan at the warning track makes the catch, and that's 2 away. Harry, who do you think's winning it all this year? Early preseason spring training prediction. Who do you got? This way. No. All right. Moon Sung Ju looks at this strike one down the middle. Mr. Posture. 305 last year. Again, a quiet, great season from him as he also dealt with some injuries as that misses way inside, almost hits him in the foot. And on the 1-1 pitch, rolled over, but gets foul as Diaz makes a little magician's catch as it rolls up. Yeah. Makes sense. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Moon Sung Ju. Rolls over it back to Dorado. Throws sidearm over to Diaz, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. As the 1-3 gets him easily out of that inning. Only 7 pitches from him, and 29 total now as he's actually sitting all right. So we go to the bottom of the second. LG1, Samsung. I do not know why my stuff is not working quite right. Kind of annoying. The 4, 5, 6 hitters will come up for Samsung here at the bottom of the order. You got Diaz, Shea Hyung-woo, and Kim Young-un. 3 guys that can 100% to make it a tie game. Yeah, as far as offense goes, you have to like both of the teams playing today, LG and Samsung. NC also obviously can score some runs. Doosan, huge improvement in the offseason. Uh, then you got guys like teams like Lotte that never scores, Kium that never scores. Kia lost two of their best players. Sure, they get Kim Do Young back, but he can't make up for the other two guys that are gone. Hanwha has had struggles scoring runs for the last 6 years. And then Doosan made some improvements, but will it be enough? KT, pretty much the exact same roster they had last year. That was a massive disappointment. Who knows? But what I do know is it's a time for some Tolhurst versus Diaz. Diaz, obviously a huge season last year, any season except last year, and he wins the MVP. There, he looks to just strike one down the middle, and it's 0-1. 50 home runs, 158 RBIs. And the 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And that misses outside as he goes up to one knee and tries to get him to chase outside as usual. All right, so the 1-2 swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day for Tolhurst, and man, does he look good already this spring. 3 strikeouts and 4 batters as Chae Hyung-woo steps in now. Again, EJ Hyun, righty, Kim Sung-yoon, lefty, Gu Ja-uk, lefty, Diaz, lefty, Chae Hyung-woo, lefty. Okay. Samsung is extremely lefty heavy. Outside of Kang Min-ho and EJ Hyun, they have no right-handed batters. What's up, Texas? Welcome back. Harry, they're supposed to Soup is supposed to stream them. Double check, Harry. Yeah, they have been scoring a bit more, but again, it's still spring. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Chae Hyung-woo. And he rolls that one over. Foul. It's 1-1. Yeah, I saw somebody post something the other day about it, saying that they were upset because you could only watch 4 games at once on Soup. It's difficult for me. Is a swing and a miss there. It's difficult for me, Texas, because living in Korea, between the time zone and not being able to find it, I'd have to find someplace to stream it. I didn't even realize it was going on until a couple days ago. Yeah, this is the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be slapped. Left fielder Moon Sung-ju giving chase and makes the catch. Yeah. 2 away. All right, getting ahead of myself there. I saw Harry. I saw it the other day. But Harry, did you have to remember starting in March this month, there's no longer 2 platforms. There's only 1 platform now. So you may be trying to check the old platform instead of the Korean platform. As that's Mrs. Lowe 1-0. Yeah, so in March they used to have an international platform and a Korean platform, and in March they streamed them and put them together. And when they put them together, it's now Soup Global. I believe it's the blue logo Soup. I want to say the blue logo. What's up, Ray? Sack bunt. You gotta love it, Brent. Right? And that's 2-1 now. How's the brother looking this spring? Yeah, another 2-1 pitch. Ooh, nasty, nasty pitch on the inside as he swings at a pitch that almost hit him in the arm. And it's now 2-2. Brink, did you are you watching on Soup, I assume? Uh did you convert to the global platform? And the 2-2 pitch sets up outside, and another swing and a miss as Tolhurst 4 Ks through 2 innings in a spring game, and he is looking nasty against these left-handers. We'll go to the third inning. It's 1-0 LG. That's the story of it. You fail your bunts, and then when you fail your bunts, you end up doing something that you should have been doing from the beginning. Is it? But I will say, right now I'm watching on my Korean TV, and it's glitchy too. So it may not be Soup, it may be the broadcast, the stream that they're getting. So I wouldn't hold it on them to just completely. But I've contacted Soup. I've contacted Soup, and because again, I was talking to them about streaming before. I contacted them in the off season once they merged them together to see if I can co-stream on YouTube and Soup, and then so I can actually make two different streaming setups where on Soup I can actually show the game, and then on YouTube I can just do the radio style play by play. So I'm hoping that it's will work. That's weird. Rick, what did you type in to find the KBO games? Because Harry's struggling to find them. All right, Gubon Hyuk leads things off. Looks at a ball in the dirt though, and it's oh, I guess we missed a pitch there. It's now 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch runs inside at 2-1. Ah, okay. So yeah, Harry, just type in whatever team. Yeah, Brink, I used to do that where I would have like where you guys see the background and stuff. I used to actually stream the games when it was Africa TV as a underhand toss from Gerardo over to first, and that is one away. Brings up the number 9 hitter. Yi Ju Hyun getting a spot behind the dish today as Pak Dong Wan is DHing. Yeah, the difficulty is since I'm in Korea, I can't stream the Korean version. So I run into issues that way, as that's in there for strike and it's 0-1. I actually don't. I mean, I can give you the Tokyo Dome. As that's a swing and a miss, 1-2 now. All right, the 1-2. Yeah, good old copyrights. Oh, I'm still so mad about the WBC thing. As the 1-2 pitch in the dirt to 2-2. The amount of subscribers and stuff I lost. Number 16 for Kia. Who's that? And a swing and a miss as he's down on strike. Second strikeout of the day for Gerardo. And that's 2 away. We'll flip the lineup back over to Paque Min, who owns the one run of the day with a solo shot that he led the game off with. Yoon Do Hyun. I have no idea who that is. And that's in there for a strike. Played in 40 games last year with 6 home runs. And that misses outside. 1-1. 40 pitches now for Gerardo. And the 1-1 pitch that's up at the knees and rolls over it, but an error over there by the first base coach, and it's now 1-2. Kia's got a lot of new faces. A lot of new faces. And rolls over that, but it squirts through the middle, and he's on base with a single. Oh, a 2 for 2 now for Paque Min. Solo shots, and now a single. Just 2 hits away from the old spring cycle. Yeah. I think Doosan is going to be massively improved this year, too. You're going to have to start calling. You got the Ale brothers. The old Ale brothers in. You got Dale and Nail. As the 1-0 pitch, Shinmin J, a single, but caught stealing in true LG fashion, as that's way outside at 2-0. All right, at the 2-0 pitch. Did you plan out yet when you're headed this way? Yeah, as the 2-0 pitch, right back up the middle, and another single. Two outs singles, and that puts runners on first and seconds for LG. Brings up EJ Wan. EJ Wan flew out to right field in his first at bats. Just topped it, but it topped it right up the middle. Seoul, Suwon, Tokyo, Seoul, and Gwangju. All right, I'll have to see what I can plan. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. I'll try to line up one of the Damas Weibuken Hanguk Yagro Tour trips to coincide, because we're thinking July and August. We're gonna save Busan, Changwon, and Gochuk. Head south to the beachy areas, is swing and a miss there, and then try to backpick them. Head to the south to the beachy areas of Busan and Changwon, and then go chuck where the dome is, try to avoid the heat of Korea. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and a strikeout again. Third strikeout of the day for Hirado, who leaves a couple stranded. After two-out singles from the top of the lineup, we go to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0. LG. Texas. Did you find these games? I don't know if you know you could actually watch all of these games for free in the US. Yeah, I'm just we're just trying to avoid the super hot parts. I think we're gonna start the middle of April. Looking at the schedule, we're trying the middle of April, the 18th. We're gonna probably try to do LG versus Samsung in Daegu, or Hanwha versus Lotte, or Kia versus Doosan, because that one will be absolutely crazy. Yeah. Dude, it's so miserable. Like, it's so hard to explain because it's not like the hottest. It's not 100 degrees or 37 degrees or 38 degrees or whatever. But it just feels so miserable. But luckily, my new apartment, I've got ACs in all of my rooms versus just one in the old place. I know you get done with your shower and you feel like you need another shower because it's so humid. All right, so Kong, why did I put that? Kong Min Ho steps in here at the bottom of the third inning. First at bat for him. 269 last year. Not the greatest this season. Re signed with Samsung in this offseason. Looks outside, ball one. And Tollers has been rolling through the left handers. And another 1-0 in there for a strike. 1-1. Who are they playing? I know they're playing Doosan. Who's pitching for Doosan? Oh, Chaesung Young. That's why he's awful. And the 1-1, the swing and a miss at a pitch that drops into the dirts. And it's 1-2 now. Super young lefty. 25, I believe. And another 1-2 pitch. That's going to be lined to center fielder Pake Min under it. And one away. Brings up the old number 8 hitter, Yuji Hyuk. It is nice to see. Are they up in the zone or at the top of the zone? Because Korean pitchers never pitch at the top of the zone, but they do elevate in the often miss up. Here we go. Yuji Hyuk slaps that one a foul. 0-1. I always say that if the foreign pitchers could locate their fastball up in the zone, they would just absolutely dominate Korean hitters. But I know Korean pitching coaches follow the 1980s style of down and away, up and in. And another 1-1 rolls over it. Nice kick save by the first base coach, and it's 1-2. Yeah, if I remember, he only throws like 144, 145. He doesn't have a fastball to be hanging out up there in the top of the zone. And on the 1-2 pitch into the dirts, 2-2. And that's going to be slapped. Mean the diving stop, but he's not able to make it. He is going to round first, head to second. He might turn it on to three. He is headed to third base. As Moon Sung Ju had to pick it up, run all the way to the wall, and he is going to be in base with a stand-up triple. Mean dove for it, not able to make the play, and that allowed the ball to squirt through, get all the way, roll all the way to the wall, where Moon Sung Ju had to run over and get it. So Yuji Hyuk on his horse, running hard. Is it a left-handed batter? It just slices towards left field. Missed it by about a half a foot. For those of you that speak freedom, and rolled all the way to the wall. So I got a runner over on third base now with Kim Ji Chan stepping in. Kim Ji Chan, not a great season last year. Again, a lot of injuries for him as he's fouled the first one off. And the 0-1 pitch turns on it, fouls it away, pulls it foul, and it's 0-2. 39 pitches now for Tolhurst. Trying to get out of this without giving up the lead. And the 0-2 pitch fouls that away. Da, 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 da. Finally, some action around the league is some teams finally to start swinging as the 0-2 in the dirts, 1-2. All right, the 1-2 pitch. He says, calm down, throws it way, way up. And it's 2-2. Brink, did we ever get an answer to that pine tar riddle? The 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, way, way upstairs. Again, he's kicking the dirt around as he seems to not be getting his footing. Whether Wisdom brought his own pine tar to Korea. I just thought about it looking at the bat. I was like, I was like, who was on Kia last year? All right, the 3-2 pitch misses way up high again, and he walks him. Those cruise through the first 7 batters with 4 Ks. Nothing really hard hits, but now he's running into some issues here. He's got a runner on first and third with just 1 out, and the lineup is flipped back over. There you go. Hey, we got a real big question, a tough question. Did you bring your own pine tar to Korea last year? Again, maybe it was. I know there's some bats, like when they get their bats painted, that they can get it painted like there's pine tar on it. But that just seems weird. Like wearing a fake diamond necklace. Misses up and in. All 1. Those are the questions. If I And I would love to do this if I was able to sit down with players, like actual players in the KBO, and have like a not a podcast, but go to dinner, sit down, ask some questions, more comfortable environments. I know, the foreign players probably don't get they get the attention on the field and outside the field, but I'm sure they miss some of the other stuff. There's a stolen base there from Kim Ji Chan. Get those amazing questions that the real people want to know, the real fans. Kim Ji Chan way too fast, unless the you got a lefty on the mound. And fouls that one away. He had 2-1. The most important questions, like you know when you have family come visit, what's the one thing that you tell them to put in their bag to bring you? You know, the 2-1 pitch misses outside. The good stuff. All right, Kim Ji Chan over at second base, Ruji Huck at third. A single scores two. Is again Kim Ji Chan, one of the fastest players in the league. EJ Hyun, 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out looking in his first at bat back in the first inning. That one misses, and now he's walked the bases loaded. Retires the first 7, and then lets the next 3 get on. Have ourselves a little mound visits. Sitting at 49 pitches. Don't know how many he's thrown earlier this preseason or this spring. I imagine he's about a 60 to 70 limit. As he will, I don't know if Tolhurst or Chirinos, who's will start the opening game next Saturday. Again, next Saturday, 2 o'clock. It's not quite 2 o'clock here yet, but next Saturday, 2 o'clock will be the opening day. Gaemak Chun, if you speak Korean or you want to learn Korean. Gaemak Chun. Next Saturday, 2 o'clock. All right, LG is sitting in some trouble. That's ripped off the glove of Austin, and one run is going to come home as they are not able to make the play at first. And that went right off of Austin's glove into foul territory. He chased it down, but he wasn't able to do anything with it. And just like that, so the game is tied as Kim Sung Yoon heads on over to first base. EJ Hyun heads over to second. Kim Ji Chan over to third. Oh, what is his name? Like Car- Car- Caramo or Camaro or something? I think that's got to go down as a. What is his name? Cameron. Went to Eagles Landing High School. Wherever that is. No idea. All right, to swing. Nope. Lays off of it, but it's in there for a strike anyway. And I just lost connection. And there we go. I think I'm back. There we go. All right, so the 0-2 pitch. And that's fouled away. He stays 0-2. Struck out in his first at bat. Again, still trying to find out if that was a hit or no. They're going to give him a hit, an RBI single. Oh, 53 pitches now for Tolhurst, and that's misses way outside, 1-2. get our actual hitter up there. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Trying to drive the ball to score another run. Misses outside at 2-2. Tolhurst on the season last year only pitched in 8 games, only started 8 games, a 286 ERA, a 125 whip, but 5 quality starts in those 8 games. I don't believe he started everyone. Yeah. Don't bother him whenever he's trying. Actually, a ball player at midnight, they're just getting started. The 2-2 is swing and a miss. The second strikeout of the day for Gujahook, and the 5th strikeout of the day for Tolhurst. He's got 2 away now. And that brings up Diaz. Yeah, I bet your brother would know. And the 1-1 in the dirt, but it's blocked by Iju Hyun. Yeah, like again, I've had friends here in Korea that were ball players. I've had friends in the U.S. that were ball players, and yeah, they're late nights. And the 1-0 is fouled away, 1-1 now. Diaz 0 for 1, also struck out in his first at bat. You know, when you don't go to work until 2 o'clock, or depending on 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or whatever. Yeah, and the 1-1 way low. I know when I first moved here to Korea, I didn't start work till 4:30. Yeah, and if I got up before 11, that was a miracle. There were many 7 a.m. nights of going home at 7 a.m. And that's lifted. Moon Sung Ju giving chase, makes the catch, and just like that, they leave the bases loaded. But they do squeak one across to tie the game at 1. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's singles galore. Long first inning there. Long first inning. I just realized that 1, 2. Oh, I missed one. So elsewhere around the old league, Lote's taking a 4-2 lead up against Hanwha. Hanwha again out to an early 2-0 lead, but on the mound for them was Song Baek, or still on the mound, who's given up 4 runs. Kia up 6-0. They've also got a runner on first with no outs, or sorry, 1 out. And then KT is up against NC. They're up 2-0. Riley on the mound for NC again, led or tied for the lead in wins last year. So Hyung Jun on the mound for KT, fresh off of I would not say a difficult or a bad performance for him on the mound for Team Korea. Obviously, Team Korea kind of did better than they expected, but it's not better than they expected after getting run ruled against the Dominican Republic. The surprise, I guess, is Kium's up 3-0, but again, they do have Alcantara out on the mound. White is giving up a home run there, so SSG's down to 3-0 right now. So Tolhurst getting a talking to by the guy that costs this team at least 25 runs a season with his awful management. Leading things off is going to be Mr. Austin Dean. And he looks at us. Strike 1. We've got our pitch box. We've got our actual strike zone out there now, ladies and gentlemen. And that's fouled away, and it's 0-2. Finally, the old pitch box, the strike zone, the K zone, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. 0-2 is lifted up. Right fielder given chase under it, and one away. Yeah, I understand why people don't want the K zone. I understand why people do want the K zone, but for me, as far as broadcasting, man, not having it is difficult because I don't always see every pitch, uh, but I can at least see the remnants of them. It has to be these two teams, Kenny, and welcome, Kenny. Has to be these two teams. LG got better. Yeah, they did lose again. Yeah, they lost Kim Hyun Soo, but they also added EJ Wan, and they'll have Hong Chang Ki for the whole season. Uh, as far as pitching, their pitching got better. They added Lachlan Wells, who pitched well last year. Samsung, they get a lot of their military guys back, their bullpen guys. They also have Harado's back, but they'll have they do have issues again with Mike Manning. It's done, and they've gotten a 6-week replacement for him. But with Diaz back, then also them signing Che Hyung Woo, so there have to be an early season favorites. I have to put LG ahead of Samsung just because Samsung is not nearly as good away from Daegu, and because of the early injuries. Swing and a miss from him again. Mr. Full Swing forgets to do the thing that he's supposed to do, and that is hit the ball. OG Wan steps in now. Flew out to center field in his first at bat as Harado is settled in pretty nicely. And the 0-1 pitch. An ugly looking swing there as he was fooled marvelously. No. Well, it depends on what you mean by tough. Are you talking about the hitter's park, or are you talking about that's with the KBO? It's like that doesn't go around. The thing with so SSG is difficult because it has the shortest fences. I'm talking purely from a pitching standpoint. SSG has the shortest fences, as that one is into the dirt. Uh, uh, I would say they call Lotte the Lotte Norebang, which means like a Lotte karaoke room, because the Lotte fans can get extremely loud. I've never been there when they were loud, just because Lotte always sucks. What's back? Scant? No problem. As the rollover, Harado off the mound like a cat throws to first. And 1, 2, 3, go. The old LG Twins once again. As we go to the bottom of the fourth, it's 1-1. Quick 1, 2, 3 inning there for Harado. He might go 5 innings. Yeah, so for me, I would have to say, like, so I have been to all the stadiums. The stadiums where I've seen the fans the worst, where I've experienced the worst fans, is Lotte. Uh, I've never once had a good experience going to a game in Busan. I've been to, I don't want to say 3, 4, 5 games in Busan. I've never once had a non-eventful experience. Uh, Obviously, going to a lot of Hanwha games, I've seen a lot of Hanwha fans. I've seen a lot of Hanwha fans that wanted to fight or tried to fight. Uh, I've only been to Gwangju and Daegu once. We're gonna Kenny we'll have to grab you in the Damas on the way. Again, I'm with Kiwi and Stefan. We're doing the Damas Weiguk and Hanguk Yagu tour. We're gonna head up and hit up every stadium this year. So yeah, whenever we get to mapped out, we'll have to pick some guys to go with, pick them up in the old 796cc van. There's a swing and a miss there from Shea Young Woo, and it's 0-1. Oops, one too many. Oh, Shea Young Woo flew out to left in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. And now that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. No, it's an LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Kenny. I'm sure I'll message you in a little bit, or you'll message me. So drive safe. At least you're away from the BTS madness, as that's a foul away, and it's 1-2. Yeah, I have three vehicles. I have a 49cc Honda Ruckus or Honda Zoomer. Well, propane and liquid LPG are the same thing, as that's missed outside. Yeah, I have a 49cc Honda Ruckus or Honda Zoomer is what they're called outside of the U.S. I've got a 124cc Honda CG125 is the 2.2 is fouled away on ball 3. And I've got a 796cc Daewoo Damas, which is actually a Chevy Damas. It's fantastic. Like, I pay so little money in gas, and my gas is not affected by the Middle East, as check swing fouls that away. 67 pitches, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so I pay about $1 a liter. Yeah, Daewoo and Chevrolet came together to create this van. I think I wouldn't say it's a luxury. I don't see too many uh too many I want what's the word on what is the word? I now again my English sucks anymore. Uh Not off-road bikes, as he walks them. Lead off walk, another walk, 2 walks last inning as Che Hyung-moo. What is the name for those type of bikes? Adventure bikes. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I don't see many adventure bikes. There's quite a few foreign cars, but usually if you have a foreign car, it's a luxury foreign car like a BMW, Mercedes, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Porsche, uh, like a you know uh, more expensive just because it's so more expensive. Every once in a while, you see a Mustang or Camaro or Ford Explorer or something like that, but not often. As Kim Jong Un steps in, struck out in his first at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. We do have a runner over there on first. And that is a fouled away, 0 2. He's getting ahead of these guys. He's just not able to close them off. There are some F-150s. The place I go to have my Damas worked on, he's got a 4-door F-150 King Cab or something like that. It's the largest vehicle I've seen in Korea. As that's a slap to left field. Is it going to get down? It is not. It's just foul. Yeah, like I would classify African Twin as an adventure bike. I guess you could classify it as a I think dual sport and dual sport and adventure bike are kind of the same anymore. Adventure bikes I tend to think of as larger with you have all of your like your saddlebag, not saddlebags, but hard cases and all that. A swing and a miss there. Another strikeouts. Oops, one away. Is the sixth strikeout of the day as Kim Young Hoon takes his seat. Yeah, so when I think of adventure bikes, I think like an African Twin where you're going to have the hard cases on the side, you're going to have all of that, more comfortable. When I think of dual sport, I think of an adventure bike without hard cases. I think of like an off-road bike with uh like with a light and brakes. All right, the 0-1 pitch to Kang Min Oh. Just misses outside, 1-1. Oh, 75 pitches now for Tolhurst. Have to imagine that this is his last inning. Kang Min Oh led off last inning, flew out to center field. Swing and a miss there. 150 as he locates it up at the top of the zone. And then when I think cruisers, I think highway pegs, legs stretched out, sitting back, forward controls. As the 1-2 misses outside at 2-2. I think and then obviously you have a sport bike, which my father calls them belly rubbers. And the 2-2 pitch sets up a down at the bottom of the zone, and he rolls over, throw to seconds, and a first. And our first double play of the day on the 6-4-3 ending inning double play as we go to the fifth inning. It's tied at 1s. See if this is working or not. Is this not? Sorry guys, this is really driving me nuts. My buttons are supposed to change a lot of stuff together, but they're only changing half of my stuff, and causing me some issues here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't ride the motorcycles that much anymore. I just I just brought my my scooter. I just brought it from my old apartment 2 weekends ago, 3 weekends ago. the end of February, whenever that was. I haven't driven it since October, and I've only driven the 125 a very few times. So Parado back out on the mound, just sitting at just 63 pitches again. He sometimes has those pickup innings, but he tends to just have quality starts. You will face Moon Sung Ju to lead things off. So he'll have a 7-8-9 to Moon Sung Ju, a 1-3 ground out in his first at bats. His first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch, that is going to be lifted to center field. The Kim Ji Chan under it, though. 1 away. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Gubon Hyuk. Yeah. I had the motorcycle. So I bought the 125 in 2022, I believe. Yeah, 2022. And that was the only vehicle I had until last summer or last winter. I bought the scooter. I didn't ride it very much, as that is a fouled away 0-1. And then bought the Damas in June or July, and I mainly drive it now just because I would like to drive the motorcycle. Just because when I go to work, I pick other people up, and I not putting more than one person on the back of a 125 or a 50cc motorcycle trying to drive down the highway. So the 0-2 pitch sets up in the zone, and he doesn't get it up, and that's a line shot over the second baseman, and he is on base with a 1-out single. Bring up the number 9 hitter, Lee Ju Hyun. Yeah, I got the Damas because I can fit both of the motorcycles in the back of it. And then if I go someplace, go camping or something, I can take them out. I can drive them around wherever I'm camping. Yeah, so that misses outside, a low and 1-0. 69 pitches, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 pitch. Rolls over. The second shortstop is going to underhand. Nope, he's going to step on the bag, throw to first, and a 6-3 double play ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-1. Oh, that time it worked. Double plays in the lot to end these threats here. Sitting nicely in Serrato, actually. I think 70 pitches now. Just 7 pitches that inning. Tolhurst sitting at 78. After that 32 pitch. Man, I would love to see some runs because actually no, I'm not gonna lie. This is spring. I really just want quick games. That's all I want. I don't care if they score any runs. I want some quick games. But yeah, I would love to have some some interesting games at least. But I'm not gonna be upset if it's a 1-1 tie at 9 innings. I ain't small, man. I am not small. I am 6 foot and not tiny by any means. I am well over 200 pounds. So it works for me. It wouldn't work in the U.S. They definitely wouldn't work in the U.S. Here in Korea, you can't drive motorcycles on the expressways. Spring. Yeah, it's spring. So the game doesn't really matter at all. It's just I'm doing it 100% just to get used to calling the players and get make sure that everything is working and set up right. All right, so Yu Chan is out on the mound, 189 ERA last year. So I was actually having some problems with some of my stuff. You know, Yu Chan first pitch is way, way up and out of the zone and 1-0. Get rid of those strikeouts. Uh, I was until I got attacked by a dog. That's up in the zone, but it does catch the top, and it's 1-1. Yeah, some things aren't working the way they're supposed to be. That's misses low, 2-1. Yeah, it just mainly, uh, again, I have 5 controllers. Like all this stuff that you see, I have 5 controllers that does all that, and then uh, any of the changes in names or anything like that, I do. But I got to get used to doing all that stuff. A swing and a miss there makes it to 2-2. No, 8 to 9 1 hitters up for Samsung. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. And 1 away. Yeah, my goal was to stream the WBC to kind of get everything, making sure it works again. Because in the off season, there's lots of updates, whether it's a Mac OS update or whether it's a Google Chrome update or whether it's the OBS, which is the system I use to stream, and they don't always do well together. I was going to use the WBC to get used to that, but the Chinese company copyright struck me and I couldn't stream for a week. That's a misses outside, a ball one to Kim Ji Chan. Kim Ji Chan a walk and stole a base in his last at bat. 0 for 0 on the day. And that misses up high. 2-0. Yeah, I think most of the stuff is working. I'm going to have to make some changes a bit, though. And that misses outside. 3-0. Don't want to put him on base. Again, he has got a ton of speed.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, thank you. Get toit. Toit. That's the 3-0. Catches the inside corner at 3-1. Oh, 3-1 pitch to Kim Ji Chan. That chokes up way up on the bat again. Samsung holds all of the young guys, all of the short guys as he fouls that away. Runs the count full 3-2. Second full count of the day for Kim Ji Chan. Again, obviously, he walked in his first at bat. Walked on a full count. Stole a base, then was stranded over at third base. That's way outside as he's walked him again. And the last guy in the league that you want to give a free pass to is now that he's going to be on first base, it won't be long before he's on second base. Kim Ji Chan doesn't even come up to Austin Dean's shoulders. Kia put up another run. They're up 7-0. Lotte's up 7-3 against Hanwha. As Omsong Baek just getting shelled in Busan. And bounces that one, and he is easily on second base, and he doesn't even have to steal the bag as he rounds seconds, and the wild pitch puts him on seconds. Ball one. And now a single scores. Trying to backhand a pitch in the dirt. A true Korean way. Move the glove. No, not anymore. Now I'm whatever team. I show no favoritism and no. That's why I've got a Samsung Lions uniform here, and I've got a LG Twins uniform here, and then all the teams up here. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch misses outside, 2-1. Yeah, I renounced my fandom last year and just decided to focus on the KBO as a whole. Uh, they just they treat their fans like garbage. As he turns on that one, lifts that one. Goodbye, baseball. That is now 3-2. No doubt about that one. Yeah, so I just when I read it now, I realize that it's probably get to it and not get. That was crushed, moonshot, really. As that's going to be a single right back up the middle, and just like that, Yu Chan is getting rocked. I realize I'll have a light out. Just a sec. Let me. Yeah, full 9 innings, no extra innings though. All right, so Gujauk steps in. Have a little mound visit here first. Perfect. Again, Samsung at home in Daegu is a very, very difficult team to beat. Samsung on the road is like a middle of the pack team. They are just their lineup and everything is just designed to play in Daegu. So Gutauk steps in. He struck out both at bats, 0 for 2 today with the 2 Ks. I check over on Kim Sung Yoon. Kim Sung Yoon has plenty of speed over at first base. Always a threat to steal, especially with a young catcher as they slides back in. KBO does not have the 2 pickoff rule that the MLB has. They do have the pitch clock. They do have that. They actually lowered it this year, lowered the time a little bit. So hopefully the games will be a little bit faster. As that is up high, the throw way up high, and he's in there. Like I said, he is a threat to steal the base, especially with Iju Hyun. 3-1. As a stolen base from Kim Sung Yoon. Second stolen base of the day for Samsung and their young, small outfielders. And that is in the dirt, 2-0. A solo shot from Park Min to start the game made it to 1-0 LG. Samsung added another run after loading the bases, getting an infield single from Kim Sung Yoon. And then the 2-run shot by EJ Hyun. That was up high, 3-0. Yeah, so if you do the way I think, is that's a ripped down below Austin Dean, who dives for the ball, not able to get it. He's going to come around to score, and Gu Jauk comes up with an RBI single as that puts Samsung up 4-1. Yeah, so I know I don't know exactly what there is. There's like tips, and then there's super chats. I know they take like the way it works is I don't know exactly, but I know uh like if you tip through Apple, like through iOS or whatever, iOS takes 30%, and then YouTube takes 30% of what's left. And then I don't know. I don't know what stickers are. I don't know. As EU Chan will be done for the day, as he gets one out, gives up 3 runs. As we will take ourselves a small little break there. Do have to add some hits for Samsung there. Samsung quickly makes it a much bigger game. Yeah, I don't know how all of it works, honestly. It is quite all right. I thought about starting that buy me a coffee thing, but I think that's a little much. Around the league, Hanwha, they did score a run there. They finally got a run. They're down 3-7 now. Kia is still up 7-0 against Doosan. Doosan bringing out Chaewon Jun, who not only struggles with throwing strikes, but he also struggles with home run. He's thrown 24 pitches and only 12 for strikes. One of those strikes was a home run. Easily one of the worst starters in the league. Zero questions. Anytime you see Chaewon Jun, if you're somebody that partakes in the gambling adventures, anytime you see Chaewon Jun on the mound, I would take the other team. That's how I feel about his abilities. KT's up 4-0 against the NC. Davison 0 for 2. Riley gave up 4 hits and 3 points at 2 innings. Looks like we back, ladies and gentlemen. Diaz will lead things off. Oh, the old ham duck Jew, the old ham duck out on the mound for LG. First pitch is way outside, ball 1. Diaz 0 for 2 on, or 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in flyouts. And that's outside again at 2-0. The old ham duck won a lot of championships as the closer for Doosan. Then it came over to LG and has won a couple championships as a bullpen arm for LG. Yeah, and the 2-0 pitch, that's fouled away. 2-1. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And way up high, 3-1. They ended up walking. Diaz comes in and immediately walks him. All right, here we go. The 3-1 pitch sets up down at the knees, down the middle, but fouls it away. Runs the count full, 3-2. Everybody loves a good full count. A good full count. A good full. Shea Hyung-woo on deck. The 3-2 pitch sets up around the knees on the outside, misses up, but he fouls it away. He stays alive, 3-2. Da, 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 da. Yeah, and the 3-2 sets up down at the knees on the outside again. This time it misses, gets too much of the plates, and he slaps it to left. But Moon Sung-ju is positioned perfectly. Yeah, it's a 2 away. Brings up a Che Young-woo now with the 2 outs. Poor LG fan is sitting in the middle of all that. Must have thought he was getting an LG tickets. Again, I actually don't have PayPal. PayPal doesn't work in Korea. Yeah. Maybe I'll try to figure out a way to do the buy me a coffee thing. That'll be my task for the weekend. Yeah, PayPal doesn't work in Korea, unfortunately. 1-0 pitch now. Che Young-woo with a big, gigantic sunglasses and catches the top of the zone, 1-1. Here we go, the 1-1 pitch. And a foul away. Nope. Moon Sung-ju is able to maybe get under it. There he goes. He keeps throwing the glove up. And that's a 3 away. But Samsung adds 3 to take the lead, 4-1 as we go to the 6th inning. Samsung is sitting pretty. The middle of the lineup is not getting it done for Samsung. Not at all. Let's see. There we go. Trying to keep my stats up to date. LG will have the top of their lineup coming up. Oh, I just realized that it's the end of the 5th, which means we got a break. I'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. 288 ERA last year in the second league for Miyake. Again, this year there's the Asian quota. That is not my pronunciation. That is not Miyake, I believe. Oh. He takes over for Rado, who is done for the day. Pake Min slaps that one to center field. The Kim Ji Chan over it and under it. And no one away. That brings up the number 2 hitter. Yeah, Miyake. Miyagi. Miyagi. Need to see the back of his uniform. Miyagi. So the new Asian quarter system, I'll explain this real quick to you guys. Each team can sign one player that is played in the Asia Federation, basically Taiwan, China, Japan, Australia. They had to have played last year, and they cannot be a player that has like dual citizenship. So like if they have did a citizenship for like Australia and the US and they don't qualify. On top of that, they're limited to 200,000 a year is their limited pay. And then on top of that, you're allowed to sign one replacement a year. Yeah. So this is in addition to the 3 foreigners. This is in addition to the other 3 foreigners. That misses up high to Shin Min Jae, who runs the counter 3-2. Couple singles for Shin Min Jae today, 2 for 2. Yeah. So they're allowed 3 foreigners. So a lot of teams like, for instance, Samsung, who's pitching now with Miyagi, is that misses way up the ball 4. As he walks him, he's on base for the 3rd time today. So you have Harada, who's from Panama. You have this year it went up. So I believe the roster can be 29 players, but the daily roster can only be 25. I don't know the exact numbers because it's changed and it's kind of weird. Oh, that is a pitch clock violation. That is ball 1 on the pitch clock violation. So each team is allowed 3 regular foreigners, and those foreigners can be from wherever they want. Your first year, the salary cap is $4 million. It's $1 million for your first year. After that, there's no limit. After your first year, if you re-sign, it adds $100,000 to the team salary cap for the foreigners. You can replace 2 per season. If one of your main guys one of your foreigners get hurt, you can sign a 6-week replacement. And then after that 6 weeks, you either have to release them as that runs in and almost hits EJ1. After that 6 weeks, they can either find a new replacement or they can sign that player to take over, or they can do whatever. Then as far as the Asian quota, there's only one change is he did not go around and he walks another one. EJ1 heads on over to first base. Shin Min Jae heads over to second. And just like that, you've got the first 2 batters on base. Bring it up, Austin Dean. Years ago, the rule was only 2 foreigners on the daily roster. Only 2 foreigners could play in a game at one time. They changed that a couple years ago to now where all 3 foreigners can play in one game. Trying to think of any other slightly different rules, but yeah, the only Asian, uh the only person that is actually experienced in the KBO in the Asian quotas has been Lachlan Wells, as that one misses way up high, ball one. Austin Dean 0 for 2 today, is struck out in his first at bat, flew out to right in his second at bat. 진이야, 종료해줘. 진이야, 종료해줘. Sorry, I have kind of like the Korean version of Alexa, but when I'm speaking English and I say certain words, it sounds like I'm calling her. So then I have to turn her off in Korean. All right, the 3-0 pitch to Dean just catches the top of the zone, a 3-1 now. I think I'm almost 100% positive Taiwan does. Yeah, I'm almost 100% positive that Taiwan does. I don't think Japan does, but I'm not sure. As Austin Dean pops that one up, it gets foul though, and it runs the count full counts for Austin Dean, the first for him on the day, but the second for LG. Yeah, I need to figure out a way to turn it off because I have two of them. I have one in this room, which is my studio. I only use for streaming, and then one in the living room that obviously I use if the rare occasions that I do watch TV. Is Austin Dean pops that one up. The left fielder goes back and then comes back forward, as that is one away. Looks like we have a change there. Uh, yeah, so they have some really strange rules for foreigners. The one is obviously they have the limits, and I completely understand the limits. You can't develop the league if you end up just paying a bunch of money for foreigners. But they have one that I absolutely hate, that every foreigner hates with a passion, and that is that if you sign, so say Austin Dean, who plays for LG, uh, and that is a ripped but foul from Bak Dong-wan. So he signs for, you know, this season. And then in the off season, he does not re-sign with LG. Well, LG holds his rights for, I don't know if it's 3 years or 5 years. He cannot sign with any other KBO player or any other KBO team unless LG releases his rights. As Pak Dong-wan swings at a ball that almost hits him, and then it does hit him in the hands because, again, he swings at anything that is thrown towards the plates. But they put that rule in, and that rule needs to go away. 100% needs to go away, as that's misses up high 1 and 2. The reason why it used to be in place is a completely understandable reason. They didn't want teams that had a lot of money that could go and, like say again, Kium sucks. There's nothing around it. Kium's really bad. They didn't want Kium to bring this foreigner in, and the foreigner just dominated. But they didn't want to play for Kium anymore. So, uh, a team like LG or Samsung that has lots of money, they could throw a bunch of money at them to take them away from Kium. And they put that in place for a reason like that. But now uh, there isn't that option, as Park Dong-wan swings and strikes out again. Another strikeout, second for him. That ends this inning. And we go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 4-1. So, again, try to finish this story as I change everything over to Samsung. So now there's a first year limit of $1 million So if Austin Dean doesn't sign with LG, if even though he's making over $1 million now, even though he's been in the KBO for a few years, if he was to go say sign with, Samsung, he would be limited to $1 million in his first year. So they have limits in place to keep teams from paying a lot of money to get new players or to buy foreigners from another team. They have things in place to stop that, but they kept the old rules in place. And a lot of foreigners really don't like it. If you've read anything about Jake Cave, he is extremely, extremely pissed at Doosan because they didn't re-sign him in the offseason, but they hold his rights, which means he can't sign with another team, and he wanted his rights removed so that he could sign with whoever he wanted. So, yeah, hopefully that explains everything. I know I tend to ramble, but anyway, and foreigners dominate anyway. There's no way around it. Again, if you look at especially pitching, the amount of Korean pitchers that are, I would say, decent is very small. All right, another pitcher out on the mound, Kim Young-woo. 66 games last year. Kim Young-woo will lead things off. I think there should be something. As the 0-1 is a check swing. Did he go around? Home plate umpire says no, but they still appeal anyway. I think that's what I don't agree with that they should have to pay them, but I think after okay, you re-sign a new guy. Once you've re-signed a different guy, you should lose the rights to that player. Because that one is fouled away. Yeah, I think if you have the rights, okay. Once you've signed a new player, you lose the rights to the previous player. Or like you can retain his rights, but once the season starts, you lose the rights to that player. Something along the lines like that. As on the 1-2 pitch and chicken wing and Kim Young-woo misses inside at 2-2. Kim Young-woo. Let's see. Chun Sung-ho heads over to third. Gu Bon-hyuk over to second, and Lee Young-bin over to first. This is where we start to have a bunch of changes. I know Chae Hyung-woo is no longer in left field, but I did not see who was taking over for him. Another strikeout, the third strikeout of the day for Kim Young-woo. Is once again, he is a pretty much all or nothing guy. Let me get you guys updated on who's batting where and who's doing all the other stuff. So, Lee Young-bin takes over at first, and he's going to bat in the 2 spots. As Kang Min-ho steps in. That's his low ball 1. Lee Young-bin. Chun Sung-ho. There we go. Thursday. And the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, as that just drops out of the bottom. There we go. I think that fixes the LG side. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Up in, he checks down to first. Did not go around at 2-2. let me get the old Samsung fixed again. I don't know. There were some changes, but I don't know exactly what they were. And a swing and a miss. 2 away. So it looks like Hamsu Ho takes over in left field for Samsung. And that brings up Yuji Hyuk. And the first pitch is a single through the left side or through the right side. He's on base for the second time today, this time with a single. And still 2 outs. Brings up a Kim Ji Chan. Give me just a second as I get used to changing all these things. And Kim Ji Chan looks at a beautiful pitch that breaks in, and that's strike 1. There we go. We got everything all fixed and sorted. Now I can get back to streaming. All right, the 0-1 pitch. Throw goes to second. He is out. That's it. That's 3 away. We go to the 7th inning. It's a 4-1 Samsung. Always difficult to get all those things changed whenever, especially when they don't actually announce all the changes. But anyway. All right, coming up is going to be the 6, 7, 8 hitters for LG. Boom. Yeah. There we go. Oh my God, the KBO stats app is so bad. All right, so we're back. And OG1 leads things off. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He Sung Min out on the mound now. 62 games last year with a 3.78 ERA. And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Lee Sung Min. Oh, Lee Sung Min, the left-hander, faces OG Juan, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center in his first at-bats, and then a ground ball back to the pitcher. That is outside and low in the dirts, and it's 1-2. And right-handed, left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, of course, you've got to throw that 0-2 pitch in the other batter's box. You would never want to get a 3-pitch out. And the 1-2 pitch, that's fouled away up high. 2-2. 1-2. What am I saying? Like we've got another change defensively for Samsung as he hits him in the back. Curveball curved right into the old spine. So it looks like we've got a couple changes. Shim Jae-hoon is over to second base, takes spot of Kang Min Ho in the lineup. So a pinch runner here. Lots and lots of changes. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get all of these caught up. That is a fouled away. See, I will do my best. So PJ Han is done. Lee Hae Sung is now over at shortstop. A little high, and it's a ball one. And the 1-1 pitch to Moon Sung Ju just catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. All right, Lee Hae Sung. And Kang Min Ho is done. He's being replaced in the lineup by Shim Jae-hoon, who takes over at second base. Yuji Hyuk being replaced in the lineup as that goes down, lifts that one. That might be trouble, but gets out of play, and it stays 1-2. Yuji Hyuk is replaced in the lineup by Park Jin-woo, who goes behind the plate. Ham Soo Ho. Field. And that misses outside at 2-2. Tried to frame it with the ABS system. I don't think they understand how the ABS system works. All right, so there we go. We've got all of Samsung's changes made. And the 2-2 pitch, he slaps that one left fielder going back, sticks the glove up. It's over his head, bounces off the wall, and he's going to come around. Nope, he's going to hold up at third, and Moon Sung Ju comes up with a double to put runners on first and second, or second and third, with nobody out. Is whoever took over at at first base for OG Wan didn't happen to take the piano off whenever he went in to run. Bad defensive play out in left field. Awful, awful defensive play out in left field. So nobody out. So runners on second and third for Gubon Hyuk. Gubon Hyuk 1 for 2 on the day. A single in his last at bat. Also had a 1-3 ground out. That misses low. Ball one. Kim Min-gyu took over to run for OG1. Kang Min-gyu. That's outside at 3-0 now. Run over at third, Kangmin. Runner over to second, a pinch runner there. I'll have to figure out who's in there now. Song Chani will take over for Moon Sung Ju as he finally gets one in there for a strike. And this is the hardest parts right now. Is getting figured out. That is lifted. Left fielder going at the wall. Makes the catch, but a run will score. And not only that, he'll move up to third base. So LG puts one on the board. They've cut it down to 4-2 on the sacrifice fly by Gubonyak. So luckily, the left fielder was able to actually track that down. It was not a clean looking play out there in left field by any means. And Hong Chang-gi taking over now as a pinch hitter in the number 9 spots for Lee Ju-hun. And Hong Chang-gi looks at a ball, bounces in the dirt. More pinch hitter. So I was kind of wondering why he wasn't in the lineup. Hong Chang-gi usually leads off as the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike on the outside, 1-1. 287 last year. Again, came back from a pretty rough injury. First month of the season injured. It came back in the Korean series. That one is filed away. I believe he played in the last week of the regular season. Got himself a few at-bats. Tried to get his timing back a little bit. On deck, Park Min. 2 for 3 on the day. Here. All right, the 2-2 pitch to Hong Chang-gi sets up on the outside just above the knees. And that misses low, runs the count full, 3-2. Hong Chang-gi, I believe, sees more pitches per at-bats than any other player in the league. He has an amazing eye, the on-base machine. And not last season because he missed so much, but the previous 2 seasons, the on-base percentage well over 400. And this time he walks. Runners on first and second, or first and third now with just 1 out as they flip the lineup back over to Park Min. And that'll be it for Hong Chang-gi. He'll get himself a pinch runner. Update you with who that is once I find out. Chaewon, what is his name? Chaewon Ju. Chaewon Young? Why can I not remember? Chaewon Young. Parquet again, the solo shot to lead off the game, and then a single back in the third flew out to center field in the fifth inning, and or the sixth inning, and that is going to be a single into center field, and just like that, it's a one-run game, ladies and gentlemen. As Parquet comes up with a big single, puts the runners at first and second with just one out. He will be done for the day as he's getting his, again, third hit of the day. Parquet done for the day. That pretty much eliminates all of the LG starters, minus Pak Dong Wan and Gubon Hyuk. Gubon Hyuk is the ultimate utility guy. He can play all four infield positions. They even try to play some outfield with him, but we'll have a pitching change here as Lee Sung Min is just not able to do anything. We'll see if we can get the rest of these things updated. Again, you had a pinch runner for Parquet and that is Chu Se Hyun. At this point, keeping up with these lineup changes is going to be extremely difficult as these teams have 60-man rosters at this point in the season or the spring season. So Che Se Hyun takes over, and then looks like Yuk Sung Yup will take over on the mound. There we go. Get all that fixed. And there are no extra innings in spring baseball in the KBO, which is perfectly fine. This game is coming to a crawl. All right. Yuk Sun Yup will come in. All right, the first pitch to Lee Young Ben, who is taking over or took over for in the lineup for Shin Min Jae, who was 2 for 2. So first pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. And that's fouled off the catcher into the umpire. Getting his first at bat on the day, he's quickly behind 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch misses way up and out of the zone, and it's 1-2. Yoon Sun Yup out on the mound. Lee Young Bin getting his first at bats in the batter's box, and took over for Shin Min Jae, but moved over to first to take over for Austin Dean defensively, as that's going to be rolled foul, and it stays 1-2. 208 last year, 3 RBIs. He is what LG would like to be the answer for OG Wan's age. He is supposed to be the next guy for that shortstop position, but he's just not been able to make the change. Lots of contact issues. Has plenty of power as he pops that one up. That's an infield fly. And that's 2 away. And he just cannot get it done offensively. Just struggles with strikeouts a lot. He'll connect for a home run, but usually when he's playing, it's not an important part of the game. The game's pretty much out of out of control at that point. So he just really doesn't. While he's getting at bats and he'll have home runs, they're pretty meaningless home runs when they do happen. But EJ Wan steps in 0 for 2 on the day, did walk in his last at bat, fouls the first pitch back and out of play, and it's 0 1. EJ Wan walked in his last at bat, flew out to right in his first at bat. And the 0 1 swing and misses. He goes down to his knees. Really fooled on that curveball. Oh, change up. All right, the 0-2 pitch. And that's a beautiful curve in there for a strike as he goes down looking. LG leaves 2 more on base. They've left 6 on. When we go to the bottom of the 7th, it's 4-3 Samsung. Not a good day for EJ Wan. He is again the heir apparent for Kim Hyun Soo, but it is not looked good at all. Let's see. All right, I think I've got her all fixed her. But unfortunately, and now we've got a ton of defensive changes that I'm going to admit right now I'm going to struggle to be able to keep up with. Oh, we should be back though. Kim Jin Sung out on the mound now. 78 games last year, guys. 78 games. Kim Ji Chan will lead things off. And misses up high, ball 1. Kim Ji Chan 0 for 0 on the day. 2 walks, a stolen base, a run scored. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. Slaps it foul. 1-1. I will try to get the positions updated. So Lee Young Bin moves from first over to short. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. And then Chase moves to third. And runs inside. 2-2. A third base for him. EJ Wan moves over to left field. And he slaps that one foul, stays 2-2. Let's see. Chun Sung Ho moves to first. And the 2-2 slap to the shortstop, a backhanded play gets to his feet, throws in time to beat the extremely speedy Kim Ji Chan. Get back to fixing this. Pak Dong Wan stays there. Again, Chun Song Ho moves to first. Kang Min Gyu moves to second. And every single person moved last inning. And that's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher who gets it, and he has to take it himself as the first baseman was way off the bag. And that's 2 away. From there, Song Chan Hee moves to left field. This doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to put him in right field. And that's fouled away. And I don't know if these are right. The app that I use is so bad. Oolong Hyuk. It means Sue takes over in his spots. And he lays off of that. And as Kim Min Soo takes over, he is back behind the dish. Hong Chang-gi was replaced by Chae-Wan Young. As that is lifted to right fielder, makes the play, and that's 3 away. Sorry, I was kind of out of it there. Again, there was so many changes. Every single player switched positions in that inning. As there we go. I've got it all fixed now. That's that part of the inning is over. We go to the 8th inning. It's a 4-3 Samsung. My lord, I hate doing spring roster changes. And Kim Chan is done. Yoon Jung Bin takes over. Lee Sung Gyu moves over to center field. So we got once again some more changes. Because why the heck not? All right, so we got Lee Sung Gyu is batting 5th now. To center field. Kim Ji Chan, who was playing center, is done for the day. He is replaced by, as there was a foul ball there. Young Bin, foul ball that they did not show. Yoon Jung Bin takes over, but he is going to move into right field. Yoon Sun Yup still out there, as we've got a 1-1 counts here. And Chun Sung Ho steps up, getting his first at bat. There we go. All right, I think I'm all caught up, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Not a good play by the catcher, Park Ji-nu. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch misses outside at 2-2. Chun Sung Ho, last year, 237, late inning replacement, usually a defensive replacement. And he rolls over that one. Second baseman grabs it, throws over to first, almost runs through Diaz, but the one away. A very bad throw brought Diaz way up the line, and that almost caused him to get taken out. That would be the end of the second baseman's career. Shim Jae-hoon would be done for his career in Samsung if he ended up getting Diaz hurt. Hey, that brings up a pinch hitter. Han Chang-gun will pinch hit for Park Dong-won. And that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. So Park Dong-won comes out, meaning he is the last LG starter to come out as he gives that a ride to the warning track, but 2 away. Brings up a Kanmin Gyu, who took over for OG Wan out on the base pass. Was came around to score. Gone. And that misses inside. 1-0. 17 pitches now for Yuk Sun Yup, who took over. Swing and a miss and a pitch way out of the zone. And it's 1-1. And a swing and a miss there. And another pitch out of the zone. Should be 3-0, but instead it's a 1-2. Oh, sorry. EJ Wan is still left in the game. And that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Throws over to first and a 3 away. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-3 Samsung, as I am completely lost at what's going on right now. So many changes have completely messed me up. Elsewhere around the league on this nice little Saturday afternoon, Lotte's up 11-5 in the top of the 8th against Hanwha. Kia up 8-5 against Doosan, as Doosan put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th to make it a 7-5 game, but another run in the top of the 7th for Kia made it 8-5. KT's up 5-2 as NC's put up 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning, but KT's got runners on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Kium is blanking SSG. They're up 8-0. They put up 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. As they are cruising nicely. Bottom of the eighth here, Samsung will have their 7/8. No. Samsung will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters. I imagine this will be it for Gujauk if he gets on base. As nope, we're gonna have a pinch hitter anyway. So Pak Hyuk, the catcher, Yu Young Chan out on the mound for LG, a 2.63 ERA last year. Yu Young Chan. And Pak Hyuk looks at the ball one low. And, left-handed hitting catcher was the backup for Yang Yi for years, and then as that one is smoked to center field, the center fielder going back, but just in front of the warning track, makes the catch, and one away. That brings up a Diaz. And Pak Hyuk will back up to Yang Yi at Doosan. Then Yang Yi went to NC, won a championship there. Then in that offseason, Pak Hyuk went to NC. Yang Yi went back to Doosan. And in this offseason, he has moved to Samsung as that one is up high, ball 1. 1-0. Diaz 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out in his first at bat, and a couple flyouts to left field fouls that one off, and it's a 1-1. Diaz not having a fantastic spring, and he fouls that one into his foots, and it's 1-2. So Diaz and looks like Diaz, Kim Young-un, last remaining players for Samsung from the starting lineup. And the 1-2 is fouled away, stays 1-2. And he grounds that one up the middle. The shortstop grabs it, an easy throw over to first, and 2 away. I imagine that'll be it for him. We'll look at the Samsung foreigners if you are watching the old tube. And first pitch is lifted up. Second baseman outs, and then called off at the last minute by the right fielder. And that's his 3 away. We go to the top of the ninth. It's the end of the day for LG. If they can't get one, we will be back. All right, let's see what kind of more changes we've got to finish this game on. In Kim Young-un, the third baseman for Samsung, is the left. Diaz is left. Both the corner infield for Samsung haven't been replaced yet. Diaz just grounded out, so I imagine that they're going to have somebody take over at first now for him. EJ Wan, the left fielder, then right fielder, now left fielder for LG, is the only one that is left for LG in their original lineup. And just like that, Kim Jae Yoon will come in to pitch, the closer for Samsung. Kim Jae Yoon will come in to try to close this out. Diaz is done. Jun Byung Woo will take over at first base for him. So Jun Byung Woo takes over at first base. Kim Jae Yoon out on the mound trying to get himself a little save. 4.99 on the ERA last year, but it was really a tale of two halves. So the first half he was awful. Then he ended up coming back in the second half and locked down the back end of that bullpen. It pitched extremely well and led to Samsung on their rise back up. So Song Chan Hee first pitch the ball or strike. That one is fouled away, makes it 0-2. Song Chan Hee hasn't had an at bat yet today. Did, however, score a run last year, 211 with 3 home runs. And that is low. 1-2. And no extra innings in the KBO in the spring. So this is LG's last at bat, whether they score or not. That's here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside just above the knees. And it's fouled away as it went middle. And it stays 1-2. Double checking that my microphone is still on. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up, taps the glove on the ground, a pure KBO fashion. Misses low, 2-2. I absolutely hate that catchers do that, tapping the glove on the ground, whether or not you know it or not. The batter can definitely hear that. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Might stay in play. The first baseman under it and misses the ball, and that will be an E3. So over in the dirt, he hits him in the glove as he overran it, hits off of his thumb, then hits him in the chest and drops down to the ground. That'll be an error. At least in my book, it's an error. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch. This is low. Runs the count full. 3-2. That's fouled us straight back. 141 on the gun, but he's easily able to get a piece of that. We'll see if the air ends up costing them the victory here. And the 3-2 pitch off of his hands popped up. Catcher gives chase, but it gets out of play. And now he's thrown 4 extra pitches so far after the first baseman couldn't make the play in foul territory. As they keep flashing the camera over to the first baseman, needs to work on his flat brim hat skills because that looks awful. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. And he pops him up, a third baseman coming in foul territory, and makes the catch. Other corner outfield infielder makes the catch. So that's one away. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Kim Min Soo. Kim Min Soo also not getting any at bats yet. Sets up on the outside just at the knees. Misses up over the zone on the inside, but a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1. This is low. 1-1. And the 1-1 swing and a miss. 143 at the very top of the zone. A beautiful pitch. Those are the pitches that I was talking about earlier that I really wish they would go with more. And the 1-2 misses low. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch just catches the outside corner, catches him looking, and is only at bat of the day, and it's 2 away. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Chaewon Young, getting his first at bat of the day. And a swing and a miss, 144, blows it past him. We go. The 0-1 pitch rolls over. It's 0-2. Down to their final strike is LG. And the two teams that most people are picking to go into the Korean series or make it to the Korean series, depending on who you talk to, could go either way. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, right-hand batter, right-handed pitcher, and he leaks it across, but it's fouled away. 0-2. Chaewon Young, a 282 last year, 29 hits, 8 stolen bases, 37 runs scored. He is a guy that often took over as a defensive replacement or a late inning pinch runner. And the 0-2 misses inside, ball 1, 1-2. So he take over as a late inning pinch runner, steal a base, or be able to go first to third on a single, something like that, to tag up over at third. Then stayed in, played outfield defense, usually for Kim Hyun Soo. A swing and a miss as that pitch is in the dirt. And that's 3 away. That ends it for us as we go to the recap. And LG got off quick with a solo shot to start the game, and then a single by Shin Min Jae. But in true top 3 worst managers in the league fashion, he sent the next runner who got thrown out over at seconds. Ended that main parts for the first inning. Samsung did not do well. The first 7 batters are 4 strikeouts, a couple flyouts, and a groundouts. Soul Horse was cruising until he came up to Yuji Hyuk in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A hit to center field. Park Min dove trying to catch it, missed it. It rolled to the outfield. Ended up being a stand-up triple as Moon Sung-ju ended up having to go over, pick up the ball, throw over there. Then a couple walks, loaded the bases. Then a single that hit off of Austin's glove, rolled away, ended up scoring their first run, tied it up at 1-1. Uh, Parado ended up going 5 innings, just giving up that 1 run, pitched well. Then the LG bullpen came in and they struggled. They struggled. So after Tolhurst was taken out after 78 pitches, again, I said he was probably going to be at about 40 or 80 pitches, 60, 70, 80 pitches. He 78 pitches. He came out 5th inning, struck out the first batter, then walked Kim Ji Chan, who went to second on a wild pitch, but then a 2-run shot by EJ Hyun put the Samsung up 3-1 at the time. And then a single, another single, ended up a single, a stolen base, and then a RBI single from Gujahuka put them up a 4-1 at the time. Then not really a lot of offense from them after that. LG late in the innings, in the 7th inning, started with a hit by pitch, then a double but from Moon Sung Ju, sacrifice from Gubon Hyuk, puts them at 4-2. Then a walk loaded the bases, and a single from Pak Min, or sorry, a walk put them on, and then a single from Pak Min scored another run, putting it to 4-3. But they were not able to do anything after that, despite having more base runners and an error on Samsung. LG not able to come back to get the win. Again, both teams really 5 innings is where they played. Maybe you could say to 6 or 7 with some of the LG guys, but Samsung gets the win here in the spring training. And these games don't really matter any, so take away with it what you will. But while the starters were out there, Samsung did look better. Uh, so take that with you if you want. And then again, Samsung home versus away, completely different teams. But yeah, that is gonna be it for me. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what game I'm going to stream. The I put up a poll for you guys to vote on. Most of you guys picked LG and Samsung, but I'd like to stream a couple other games. So it's a very big possibility that I end up streaming the Hanwha Lotte game because I think either Hernandez or Yuhan Jin should be starting for Hanwha. So I'd kind of like to stream that to get a look at Hernandez, especially if he's pitching. But uh, that's it for me, guys. I will be back tomorrow, same time, 1 o'clock, to bring you one more spring game. After tomorrow's game, I will be done streaming until opening day, which is next Saturday at 2 o'clock. Haven't decided yet what game I'm going to do for opening day. I will put up a poll if you are interested. You can vote for the opening weekend, who you'd like to see. So, with that, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And as always, until next time.